What is going on, guys? It's Drakesy back again with a brand new series potentially on this channel. It's going to be a FIFA 17 career mode. I've been wanting to do one of these for a while since FIFA 17 has come out, but I am at uni at the moment, so it is kind of hard as well. Got to get all the work in and got to get that done. But if you guys do enjoy this and I do see a passion for this on this channel, then I will continuously try and pump these out. So be sure to like this video if you do enjoy this, subscribe, and comment below that this is the video that made you subscribe. And also, once we get into this, I want to join together, and potentially any signings that get done in this, I want you to sometimes have a say in them. So I've got a few targets that I do want to get for Dortmund. I feel like Dortmund are a fantastic team to be. I'm really looking forward to it, so let's get straight into it. So just having a look right away at this, as you can see, the stadium and all that, a bit of backstory to Borussia Dortmund, built and established in 1909, which seems like ages and ages ago. I say seems like, I wasn't alive when it was built, don't know why I'm saying that. But as you can see, the transfer budget for Borussia Dortmund is around 42.25 million, which is fantastic stuff. We can get in some big signing players, and that's even without selling any players. So let's get straight into it. And also those kits, really do like those kits. Right, so as we can see here, we are in the first bit, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is change this up, make this all the right settings, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to click my fingers, and so, as you can see, we have set the settings to what we want. So our first name is Drakesy, as it is on YouTube, and you may see that my second name is Tut. So I quickly went on Google Translate and translated Drakesy does, so the second word does, to German, and apparently the way that you say does in German is Tut. So I'm going to be Drakesy Tut, because I'm the German version of myself in this, and as you can see, nationality is German, and that is us on the far right hand side, looking all sexy in our little suit. So let's crack on into it. So as you can see, guys, these are the settings for the beginning of our career mode. I'm going to start on world class because I do believe playing against the computer is really hard on this FIFA. I don't know if it's just me struggling with it. So I feel like world class is a good setting to start on. If we start bashing teams to pieces, then we'll go up. If we start losing, then we'll go down to beginner and start again, because obviously if we're getting beat, it's not a good start. So we're going to have half length, so of each half of the game. We're going to keep that at 6 minutes. We're going to keep the Euro currency, keep the download latest squads, and then we're going to quickly jump to the European competition. And as you can see, we are down in Group G with CSK Moscow, Sporting and Ajax. So a pretty easy group in the Champions League. Fingers crossed we get that all sorted. And yeah, let's go from there. As we can see, the big news article that's come up is Barcelona letting Claudio Bravo go for 33 million euros to Man City. And in real life, he's not had that much of a good start, I would say. People saying that they should have probably kept hold of Joe Hart, who's absolutely tearing stuff up, I believe, in the Serie A. And as we can see, Atletico Madrid signing Nicolas Gaitan for 44 million euros from AS Benfica, is it? Oh, SL, sorry, I thought it was AS Benfica, but it's SL Benfica. So here is the start of the career, guys. It's going to be a big start, and as we can see, the pre-season tournament invite. Congratulations, Drakesy Tut. Drakesy Tut is it's going to take a while to get used to, but that is our new name, Drakesy Tut. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I have any German viewers out there, correct me if I'm saying Tut wrong. Is it Tut? It might be Tut, it might be Tut. I don't know. Correct me in the pronunciation down below. But yeah, we're going to accept this, and we're actually going to get into it. Ooh, now we have the choice. Ooh, which one do we go for? Do we go for the Champions Trophy, the Invitational Cup, or the Asian Elite Cup? Believe it or not, I'm actually going to go for this one. This is 13 million euros, and it's actually the lowest difficulty, so I don't know why we wouldn't go for that. There's some pretty fairly average teams in there, and I believe that we could actually come out definitely on top. So here is the start of the career mode, guys. So the first thing I like to do when I start in a career mode, I don't know about you guys, is I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to go to squad report, and any players that don't take my fancy, any players that get in on a bit, any players that aren't the right rating, I'm going to go through the whole team now and then put them either up for loan or for sale, and then we'll go from there. Right, so guys, as you can see, I have gone through the whole team now, and I've actually put a lot of them up for sale. Now, I might not really want to get rid of them just yet. For example, Roman Berkey is somebody that I do actually like as a player. He would make a fantastic backup goalkeeper. I actually have another goalkeeper in mind that I do really want to sign right now, and I'm going to take you that to the signings that I do want to be signing in a minute. But as you can see, I've actually gone through and I've actually put up a lot of players for sale. But we'll see that when offers come in for the players. So yeah, we're going to move on from here and we're actually going to go to our transfer targets. The first player that I was talking about just then that I do want to be signing is actually this guy. It's Timo Horn. Now, I may be saying that wrong, but I think that's how you say it. But I do believe this guy has a very good potential. I'm not too sure what it is yet, but we are actually going to add him to our shortlist. And we're actually going to inquire about him to see how much, I believe is that Köln. I might be saying that wrong as well, FC Köln. And yeah, we're going to inquire to them, see how much they actually want for him. He is an 83 rated goalkeeper, which is very, very good for a 23-year-old. So fingers crossed we can grab hold of him and make him our first team goalkeeper. Let's move on to our potential next signing. That next signing is actually going to be Mahmoud. Is that Mahmoud Dahoud? Mahmoud Dahoud. I could be totally butchering his name, and I'm pretty sure I am. But as you can see, this guy has an excellent potential. He's a central midfielder. He's been scouted by a lot of teams in Europe, but he has actually stayed at Borussia Mönchengladbach, but not for long in this career mode if we can snap him up. We're actually going to get a scout onto him. We're also going to add him to the shortlist, and once again also going to inquire. He's a very, very good youngster, and once again another German to add to the squad. The next youngster and also German that we're going to be looking at is somebody that I really do want to sign to shore up our defence, and that's going to be Jonathan Tah. Very similar to Tut with the three letter last name and, you know, beginning with a T. So he's one of our perfect signings. He's like our son almost, if that makes any sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. But once again, another German rival with Bayer Leverkusen having hold of this guy. He's 20 years old. I'm positive he is around the 77-ish rating. I'm not too sure, I'm just guessing about, I think, from FIFA Ultimate Team. He's 6'4" and he's German. He's an absolute giant and a perfect signing for us. So once again, we're going to do the usual scout, shortlist and inquire, and we'll see where we go from there. But this guy would be a fantastic addition to the team. As you can see here, guys, there is becoming a common trend, but once again, another player from our rival, Bayer Leverkusen, and as you can see, it's Julian Brandt. Now, I really would like to snap up this guy once again. I'm going for all the German youngsters. I want to build up a German youth kind of team here, so we can go on, and the aim of all this, the aim of this career mode, is to finally topple Bayern Munich at the top of the table. So that is what we're going for. Even if we surpass that, and we do obviously beat them this season, if you guys are enjoying it, I will carry it on a few more seasons and we'll see where we go from there. But as we can see, Julian Brandt is a fantastic young exciting prospect. So we're also going to try and sign this guy, all the usual three that we do. And what I like about this guy is kind of, because he is 20 years old, Marco Reus is getting on to about 27, so he's hitting his prime now. So we can keep Marco Reus on the left wing, bring him up through, you know, get him to his older age, maybe about 32 or whatever. And when he's finally moving on from the club, Marco Reus that is, when he moves on, Julian Brandt can hopefully be around 24 at that time, and then we can bring Julian Brandt into his place in that left mid position, and he can carry on for us from there. That is the plan. Whether that works out, we will just have to see. But that's Julian Brandt, and then I'm going to come on to the final target of today. This is probably the most realistic of the lot, but we're going to go to that now. That player is going to be the 23-year-old striker from Bayer Leverkusen, once again, Kevin Volland. So what we're going to go ahead and do is the usual three. And he's probably not going to join us because, as you can see, he's recently just joined from Hoffenheim for 30 million euros. And I really didn't actually know this guy played for Bayer Leverkusen. I thought he still played for Hoffenheim. I really, at this rating, at this point, I should have just started a career mode with Bayer Leverkusen. But I do like some of the players, I promise you, at Borussia Dortmund. So yeah, we're going to go now to picking the team. So guys, as you can see, I have changed up the position, changed up the team, and this is our probably strongest starting lineup for the team, in my belief. But as you can see, we've gone for the 4-3-3 attacking formation. And it's pretty simple. We've got Berkey in net, Schmelzer on the left back position, Socrates and Bentner making up our centre backs. Then we've got on the right back position Piszczek, I believe that's Vigil. Correct me if I'm wrong once again. Sorry, I'm not the best at pronouncing names. In the centre mid position. On the other side, we've got Castro, not the YouTube gamer, but the footballer. In centre attacking mid, you can see we have Mario Götze. And then on the left wing, Marco Reus, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the striking position. And then finally, we come to one of my favourite players in FIFA this year, and it's actually Dembele. And I don't know if this has happened, but yes, as we can see, guys, in the recent update, he has gone up from a 77 to a 78 rated right midfielder, and he's also now got 5-star weak foot and 5-star skill moves. This guy, honestly, is incredible stuff. He's good on the left wing, left mid, right mid position, and he's also good as a centre attacking midfielder. I really do like this guy. He's one of the best upcoming youngsters, and this is one of the main reasons why I started this career mode for this guy. So yeah, this is our starting lineup. We're going to probably get into the pre-season games now. I'm only going to simulate them. I really don't want to play that tournament just to get through the games. But yeah, let's get to that. So before we get back to the game, I forgot that we had a few days to simulate, and as we can see in those days, we've actually been told back from our inquiry for the goalkeeper, Timo Horn. I think that is that Horn? I'm saying it probably wrong, but I'm just going to call him Timo Horn, how I would say it. And as you can see, it's 51.5 million euros. That's a lot of money, guys, but fingers crossed, maybe if it comes to it, we could even tweak in other players to potentially grab hold of him. You know, maybe another goalkeeper like Weidenfeller to maybe sweeten the deal, or maybe even Berkey if it comes to it, but we'll have to see where we go from there. And then as we can see, our inquiry for Jonathan Tah, they're not really happy to sell him at the moment. They're quite happy with him being at the team. Maybe we could alter that with a potential offer of lots of money. Moving on to that, as you can see, Kevin Volland has recently moved to the club. We knew that. He's probably not going to be coming straight away. Let's carry on. Some more little things that have popped up, as you can see. Dahoud, I'm just going to call him that. The comeback from Borussia Mönchengladbach is 26.5 million. Obviously not. It's 26 million euros. That's a lot of money, but it's a lot less than we've been quoted for other players so far. For a pretty good youngster, that's actually not a bad deal at all. And then looking at the Brandt deal, obviously, Julian Brandt, yeah, they're not too keen on that. So Leverkusen aren't really looking to sell at this point, but, you know, that's not too much of a problem. We'll sort something out, hopefully. As we can see here, Hendrik Bodman has made a request, so we're going to stick him into the team. If he lets in any goals, then we're going to cut his contract and never speak to him again. That's a bit harsh, but we're probably not going to play him. So as you can see, we are up to game day, and we are actually against a team called Tosu. I don't know if they're a Japanese team. They might be. I don't think I've ever seen them in FIFA before, and I do know that they have added the J League to FIFA, so I'm guessing they might be a Japanese team. As well, it is the Asian Cup, so it is likely that they are, in fact, an Asian team. So as we're going to go from here, we're going to simulate that. I did not put on that goalkeeper that asked to be, because obviously we would have most likely lost the game, and I want to start off with a win. So obviously we've got the better team out. How we've not scored already. Wow, we've actually conceded. Wow. Oh, but look, Mario Götze, the guy that's just come in for around 50 million, I believe, from Bayern, is it Bayern Munich? Yeah, he came from Bayern Munich, didn't he? And as we can see, as we're speaking away, Marco Reus has scored the second. It's ending 2-1, it looks like. 2-1, potentially another. No, it has ended 2-1 for us. In other results, as you can see in the bottom corner, Villarreal beat Liverpool, Roma beat Everton, and then, you know, other teams played other games, but that's all we're interested in so far. We're going to keep all these inquiries up just in case we go for the players. We know how much is the amount that the team are looking for. So we've got up to the second game against Everton, and believe it or not, we've actually had no offers in for players yet. Believe it or not, that's a bit of an odd one, but yeah. So as you can see, for the second simulated game against Everton, I've kept some of the few same players into the team. I'm keeping that 4-3-3 attacking formation because I do believe in it. But as you can see, we've swapped a few players out. We've got a few lower rated players in the fact that we've got Derm out on the right back, who is 76, but he's a lot lower than the 82 rated Piszczek. Out on the right wing, you can see that we have Moore, who is only a 65 rated, but hey ho. Fingers crossed he does good for us. And then in net, we've actually got the 62 rated goalkeeper, Bowman, who did actually want to get a game. It is a bit of a risk because we are playing Everton, but fingers crossed it pays off because we have a pretty strong team all round anyway. So we're up to the match, and as we can see, Everton are going to be playing potentially the 4-2-3-1 formation. And the game is underway, and already in 6 seconds, almost it felt like 6 seconds, it was actually 6 minutes in, Deulofeu has scored a penalty. I knew putting Bowman in was a risk, and they've scored a second. Enner Valencia has got the second for them. It's not looking good at all. Fingers crossed we can make some substitutions. Putting on Ramos for Moore. Is anything going to come of it? No, it's 3-0. Barkley has just scored it. We are getting destroyed. This is embarrassing. I knew I shouldn't have put that goalkeeper in. Why I did in one of the biggest games. I'm learning from my mistakes though. When we get to the real league, we're not going to be making these mistakes. Luckily, it is only a pre-season kind of tour, so we'll be alright. As you can see, we're in our group. We are actually third now in our group, but fingers crossed if we beat Roma, we can get up there and, yeah, get back to winning ways. We're going to sim through. The scouts come back to us for Kevin Volland. As we can see, we've actually had a transfer offer, but it is sadly for somebody that we're definitely not getting rid of. That is in fact Marco Reus. Going to totally reject all offers, disallow future offers. Nobody's coming in for Reus. Cover star of FIFA 17 is staying with us. Let's just have a quick look at the scout on Julian Brand. He is in fact just under 80 rated at 20 years old. That is pretty good statage on him. And then as we can see, the same stands for Dahoud. Is that how you say it? I don't know. But he's just under 80 rated at 20 years old. A pretty good player, somebody that we might even go in for. We'll just have to see where we stand. Also, the final scout on Kevin Volland has come in, and as we can see, he's 81 rated at 23 years old. That's not too bad, but I don't know. They said they weren't going to sell him, so we'll have to see where we go from here. So just to start the season off, I think it's pretty good if we potentially just try and put down some offers. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to try and get... They're saying that they'll go for no less than 26 million, but let's see if we put down 20 million if they turn that down. Fingers crossed they might even snap that up, and then we've got Dahoud into our team, so we'll see where we go from there. So as you can see, once again, sticking with the 4-3-3 attacking, keeping that formation because we do believe in it. We've swapped up a few more players just to get a few more people into the team, give them a bit more of a feel out. We've stuck Schürrle out on the right wing instead of on the left wing, so fingers crossed if he has a good game, he could potentially take up that place if Dembele is maybe feeling a bit unfit, feeling a bit low on fitness, so, or maybe he gets injured, God forbid. Once again, Götze up in the centre attacking mid position where he got a goal for us last time. Marco Reus out on the right wing, left wing, sorry. And then we also have Aubameyang, who hasn't really scored anything or done anything for us so far. Kagawa back, further back on the pitch rather than in the centre attacking mid position. He's actually a centre mid for us. And then, yeah, a pretty all-round average team. Somebody who's not played is Weidenfeller in net. So, yeah, that's what's new in the team. So this is probably one of our bigger opponents, another team that are also playing that 4-3-3 formation. Apart from it looks like they're playing the holding formation or the defensive formation. I think that's the holding formation. So we're going to skip into the match. Roma are probably one of the bigger opponents in this tournament. Fingers crossed we can get a win. Fingers crossed. I believe this puts us into around about second, or maybe it'll keep us at third. If we do get a win. And already in there is Guerreiro, the left back, I believe. I think he is Portuguese. I remember him from the Euros. And once again, in again, it's Ramos off the bench, coming on for Schürrle on that right wing. So maybe Ramos has a future out on the right wing. Kagawa's getting one. We're doing it for fun. Why on earth did we put Bowman in net against Everton? We could have been honestly demolishing this tournament so far. So as you can see, it's 3-0 for us. Roma's go home with the tails in between the legs. And And yes, let's move on to the next match. Just quickly before we do that, we've actually had a final scout on Jonathan Tah. Let's see where he stands. At 20 years old, he's 80 rated. I really do want to put in an offer for this guy. I really do like him, so fingers crossed we can actually just grab him up for, is it 22 million that they're going to accept? Fingers crossed they accept about 22 million. Who knows though, maybe they won't. We've had a transfer offer from, believe it or not, but Real Madrid for Gonzalo Castro. It's a bit of an odd one. I didn't think they would come in for him. I thought they were pretty solid in the centre midfield positions, but apparently not. But seeing as though we are a pretty big team, we're going to bump up the price. We're going to make Real Madrid pay quite a bit more because they are Champions League rivals. Let's make them pay around 31.5 million. Now I expect them to turn it away, but that is not a problem because I don't mind holding on to Castro for another year. As you can see, we've just earned €3 million for winning that game and getting through the group stages. Our next match, I believe, is against Villarreal. Yes, it is in fact against Villarreal. So we're going to simulate through to those days. We've got another notice coming up. Mönchengladbach have come back and said that that is not acceptable. They want 26. But seeing as though we are really sleazy gets with our money, we're going to go 22. We're only going to increment, small increments up. Fingers crossed they won't notice and they'll accidentally sign the papers and then begin to cry. Sorry about that, guys. My girlfriend did in fact just walk in. So yeah, we're going to carry on from there and we're actually going to go and pick the squad. So once again, same formation, guys, but for this match we've actually done a controversial move and we've actually put in Ramos at striker for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has just been scoring and doing nothing in matches. But Ramos came off the bench, so I believe he should be rewarded for last game. He came off the bench against Roma and did score. We took also Royce off, but that's nothing to do with controversial form or anything. It's just because Schürrle, you know, Royce needed a rest. Schürrle can fill his position. Fingers crossed Dembele can get a goal. I would like him to get a little goal behind him. But yeah, let's get into the match. So it does look like Villarreal will be lining up with a 4-4-2 formation. The match is underway, and already Mustachio has got an injury. Is that Mustachio? Castro's got a goal, and then Ndai, is it Ndai? Ndai has got a goal back for them, but Castro's got a goal, and Ramos is injured. Oh no! Oh, I feel like that's my fault. Dos Santos has got a goal for them. Could this match go any worse? Fingers crossed we get a goal back. Come on, guys. Come on, get a goal. Get a goal, please. Oh, we didn't get a goal, so I do believe that is us out of the tournament. We had a pretty good run, but it shows that we need to build up on our squad. I believe that Villarreal are not even in the Champions League. I think they're actually in the Euros. So that just lays out that we need to be getting better, being able to demolish these smaller teams already. Going to skip through a few of these. As we can see, Jonathan Tah has accepted that offer. It's a good start for us, guys. We're going to bump up this to around 60,000. Let's get that to 60,000. A 4-year contract. And we could even say that he's going to be a crucial first team player because, to be honest, he probably will be for us. So we're going to see if we can sign Jonathan Tah from our rivals. That would be fantastic stuff if so. They've reviewed the 31 million and they've decided to match it. Oh my god, Real Madrid are actually matching 31 million for Gonzalo Castro. It's insane money. Let me know, anybody, if you do know if Gonzalo Castro is actually German born or comes from German descent. Because to me, Gonzalo Castro does sound a bit Mexican, does sound a bit like Hispanic. It doesn't sound like, it sounds like a kind of Hispanic name rather than a German name. I don't know if he comes actually from German descent. Maybe he does, maybe I'm talking absolute nonsense. We've been rewarded another additional 4 million euros. It would have been so much more if we'd actually won the cup, but well, it's only just a pre-season cup, nothing more, nothing less. It seems like Adrian Ramos will be out for 3 weeks. That's not too good. Because to be honest, we're actually looking to sell him on. Nothing against the player, but he is 29 and we could have made some money to potentially sign another player. So as we can see, again, another offer has been accepted. It's Mönchengladbach for the first time, sorry, I nearly said second. That was for the other player, Jonathan Tah. But as we can see, oh my gosh, he wants a lot of money. He wants 50 million. He's on 35 at the moment, but seeing as though we're a bigger team, we can offer that. Let's just change that back down there. So as you can see, a 4-year contract, and let's say that he's an important first team player. He's not entirely crucial because he is only 20 and we have a lot of midfielders. But if Castro does leave the club, it would be fantastic for De Haal to come into his place. Jonathan Tah has in fact accepted, so that's a fantastic start. I'm just going to quickly go through these and just delete a few of these. I'm going to keep these here just so we know. Nope, I can get rid of that one. So yeah, I'm going to keep these 3 here just so we know in future where we stand with them. And then as we can see, Jonathan Tah is going to be how we pretty much wrap up this episode, I suppose, unless we can get De Haal after him. So as we can see, going to sign him up. And there we go, Jonathan Tah, a fantastic young German centre-back. An exciting prospect, has joined the club. I believe that he does have a very, very good potential rating. I think it is around the high 80s, potentially even 90s if we train him up any further. Speaking about training him up, let's even get into that. So as we can see guys, this is how we honour a new player that joins the club. Apparently we drain him of all his existence and run him into the floor. That makes no sense, but apparently that's what we're going to do. But fingers crossed this helps him boost up from an 80 to potentially closer to being an 81 rating. Let's see. He got an A on a few stats, but he's not gone up much in rating. But it's good to see him doing what he does best, which is apparently El Rondo, passing or whatever. But yeah, we're going to move on from there. So that is where we're probably going to wrap up. Maybe we can sim a few more days just to see if we grab De Haal. Is it De Haal? Contract has been accepted, and what a more perfect time than, as we can see, Gonzalo Castro has left the club, so he will be leaving, but his replacement will be swiftly coming in back through the door, just as Borussia Dortmund do in real life, replace players while selling players. You know, they're pretty good at that, and as we can see, we've got another bright spark into the club. So we're going to just get rid of that, we're going to get rid of that. Going to keep it nice and tidy. Yep, nothing in message archives. But guys, that is where I'm going to leave this first episode. As you can see, our next match will be getting into the real season so far. But that's where I'm going to leave it. If you have any players you want me to sign, make sure to get it down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. And yeah, love you all as always. See you in a bit.